So it's been a year since I've done the Artist Way. It is a 12-week program that helps you find your inner artist, your child, your inner child, for the most part. And it's so lovely, and that is why this is not a one and done type of read. This is something I would like to make a yearly tradition, basically, because the more you do it, the more you kind of find out about yourself, and it's honestly insane. So I think the way Doechii did it the first time, about 6 years ago, she has her series. She did a video per week on how she, kind of like feedback her thoughts, and I think to help me stay accountable and maybe to help y'all, whoever's watching this, anybody who's feeling stuck in a rut, who you're like in a job, you're like, this ain't, like, if you're ready to pivot, you're ready to rock women. I love it. I really love it down. And it's really at your pace, and like the exercises I think they're awesome because they're so about you. And if you're not comfortable with like really digging into you, it's going to help you, kind of get to that, because we got to, it's a whole lot of like, what is it? Shedding, kind of like debugging, like rewiring your system. So then you're able to better connect to your inner artist, your artist child, and all that. So yesterday I did week 1 because I've just been feeling kind of stagnant for a little bit. I have a lot of projects going on, but I'm still not finding fulfillment in it, and I'm like, why is that? So I'm like, let me run this back again from a different lens, because I only like cracked the surface of myself with this in 12 weeks. So I want to see what happens if I go take it a step deeper and a step further. So I'm gonna give y'all my notes, and y'all let me know. You can also listen to this for free on Spotify. It's wicked. So it's so wicked. I'm on here talking to y'all, which is another thing that the Artist Way will do, is it will have you stepping just outside of your comfort zone each and every day, until you get to a point where you kind of look at yourself and you're like, where'd they come from? I promise. And I knew, because it's crazy, because I love video editing. I don't really like being online, but I like the social aspect of being online. I love teaching, and it's like, oh, here's all 3 things, why not do it? And for the longest time I was just like, you're right. Why not do it? And like, this is like, that's what I'm saying, like, I feel like when you're always doing things just outside your comfort zone, but that you could probably really rock, like, go lean into that and go see what happens. We're gonna see what happens with this over these next 12 weeks. So, but for week 1, just to kind of like recap, I need that Blue's Clues notepad. Okay, so basically it starts off with talking about like shadow artists. These are people, you might know them, you might have felt them, you might be one yourself. If you kind of admire a certain type of art or person pursuing an art from a distance, but you really, really like, but you were not granted the ability to take on that path, or you think it would be silly for you to pursue that path, like just any really demeaning thoughts towards your creative about why you couldn't do A, B, and C to really pursue what you want, yeah, that could kill an artist child quickly. Family members, close friends who project onto your artist child at a young age, kills a child very early. Like, I have a lot, like, and that's something to mourn also, and that's what also Julia Cameron talks about, is mourning these type of losses and things like that, because that is hurt, to have this like really vibrant part of you be kind of deaded by yourself, by others, by circumstances that weren't, A, B, and C. So it's like, okay, let's acknowledge that, let's unpack that, you know, and like really figure out where that's, because that's where it all starts. It's really from this book, you start from your foundations, like let's just get to the grit, you know, so we could clear it out. And it once, yeah, that part kind of hurts, but then like once you kind of get out the way and you kind of speak it and like really you know, like you have, like, the more you speak it, the more power you have over it, you know. And it's like, no, okay, I'm not a terrible artist, I'm actually a great artist. No, I can pursue painting, and you know, it's awesome. A really cool quote, here we go. We have been taught to believe that negative equals realistic and positive equals unrealistic. Susan Jeffers. Hey, with that. Because I feel like nowadays too, especially if you are trying to create, and you're around people who don't create or don't have, it's really, how do I explain it? Everybody's a creative. Let's start off with that. It's just, if whoever allows themselves to be in that energy, to be creative, I feel like they're the happiest. The ones who don't allow themselves to be, or to try, at least, those, it shows, you know. And those are also the same people who have that I have life harder mentality, I work hard, like it's always a who has it harder kind of battle with these kind of people. And so they see hard work, I would say, also as like that's realistic, like that makes sense, like it's normal to hate your job, it's normal to like work, but to love your job and to get paid handsomely for your job, and to, like, you look so fairy lala, and I'm finna look so fairy lala, I'll let you know that right now, because I do want to enjoy the work that I do. And that's why I started the Artist Way too, because there's been a lot of factors in my past where it's proven to me where I cannot be underneath people, in a sense. Like, I have what it takes to build things, and I need to go build them. So that's just kind of that. And that's stuff that I love, you know. So, and I think I'm gonna love this series too, because I'm gonna really show you guys how woo-woo and I get, but it works so down for me. I can't explain it. It comes in quick, and it do what it do. So, and that's just that. Anyways, another quote by Joseph Chilton Pierce: "To live a creative life, we must lose our fear of being wrong." Be a student. You couldn't tell me that a year ago, because that's another thing. I came into the Artist Way lacking a lot of patience. I'm a person in life, I think always, I just need, it's like an anxious, I need results very quickly. It's like a to prove worth thing, whatever. But that's not how artist flow works. It's really you're really water. You have to be water. Like, you can't force a beautiful masterpiece each and every day. And like at the same time, like, you have to add in your rest too. That's also a part of the flow. Like, and sometimes the process, it takes a very long time. And I'm so happy I could be here to say that today, because like I said, like, doing this the first time, if you are also not the most patient, it's okay, boo. You will. You will, in the best way possible. I promise. You're gonna be pissed off at me, but it makes sense. It makes sense after. All right, next. Oh, and then Julia Cameron herself, she dropped this one. She said, "It is audacity and not talent that moves an artist to center stage." It's not talent. It's really whoever the loudest is. And that's another thing about social media that I've come to realize, is that there's not enough sensible people being audacious. I need y'all to get online. I need y'all to outspeak these random whatever the current thought leaders. Like, it's really crazy. Like, no. But no, I really love it, because me and Doshi also had the same, like, word of the year. Well, hers was, I guess, 6 years technically ago, but this year for me, I couldn't decide between audacious and auspicious, because audacity is to, you know, like, I'm gonna go after this, whatever, that type of mentality. And I think that's fly. But then also, like, whenever I do that, I want to be auspicious. Like, I want to make sure anytime I put my foot in the door, like, it is met with favor, luck, yeses across the board. It's May now. It's about 6 months in. Come to find out, there's a combination of the two. The two had a baby, and it's agency. Agency, and I'm like, chef's kiss. And I feel like it's so true. It is your agency. It is your audacity. Sorry, my glasses are stupid crooked. It bothers me so now. Anyways, no, it is your audacity that is going to get the ball rolling for you. And that's another thing about the creative process, about being an artist, but just about designing your life as a whole. It is you actively pursuing it and pushing the ball every single day. That's what moves you to center stage. That's what moves you closer to your wants. That's what, all of it. So, yep, say that up. Next, she gets into affirmations. And affirmations are easy for me now, you know, but if that is a block for you to speak kindly to yourself, that's fine. Once again, we're rolling the block daily. It is a daily practice. It is a constant hard wire. I don't know how many years it took for me to really speak so sweet to me. And that kind of falls into actually like a whole other thing for me, because there's not like an exact name for it, but because there's not a name for it, I'm gonna be the first one to call it placebo dosing. And basically, studies have shown that your brain cannot tell the difference between what is reality and what is fake. So if you're like people who daydream, you know, tend to get a lot more done, because they're not really, you know, they're creating their own reality. So like they're getting this dopamine. It's a whole lot. People who read books, you know, like they're participating in another reality. People who consume movies and shows, like they're participating, you know, and like it really enhances the human experience. Like you can't, let me cook. So with that, you know, instead of, I went from being absolutely hopeless, which is insane for a human being. It is insane. I went from absolutely hopeless, and with years and years and years, I was able to get myself to just absolutely hopeful, unwavering, just hopeful. Like, it takes a lot of work. It is a daily practice. You're gonna teeter. There have been days where you gotta, you know, but the snapback rate, the more you practice, I promise. So it's like, why not feed, if my brain can't tell the difference between what's real and fake, why not tell it what the reality I kind of want, you know? Like, I deserve beautiful things. I deserve to be favored. I deserve to be seen, heard, understood. I love my energy. I exude creativity. I promise, if I like recorded this and sent this back to me like 3 years ago, like this, I would have cried maybe. It's like spoken word, you know, like, but that's what I'm saying. I want you to, with this course, whatever, I don't know what we're gonna call it. Like, that is absolutely essential. And like, it really, oh, and actually gives you a list of really, that's what I have this bookmark for. I got them. My mom got me the master edition. How thick that is. Anywho, no. Week 1, they have a list that they want you to add to your notebook or somewhere that you could read every day. And they're super beautiful. And it's a beautiful starter pack for anybody who's trying to get into it. So maybe I'll get into it for you guys. And, you know, here we go. So first, I am a channel for God's creativity, and my work comes to good. My dreams come from God, and God has the power to accomplish them. As I create and listen, I will be led. Creativity is the Creator's will for me. My creativity heals myself and others. I am allowed to nurture my artist. Through the use of a few simple tools, my creativity will flourish. Through the use of my creativity, I serve God. My creativity always leads me to truth and love. My creativity leads me to forgiveness and self-forgiveness. There is a divine plan of goodness for me. There is a divine plan of goodness for my work. As I listen to the Creator within, I am led. As I listen to my creativity, I am led to my Creator. I am willing to create. I am willing to learn to let myself create. I am willing to let God create through me. I am willing to be of service through my creativity. I am willing to experience my creative energy. I am willing to use my creative talents. So then, boom, 20 agreements, 20. It's a really refreshing, how do I put it? Because like I said, I wasn't feeling the best this week, and I've just been feeling really stuck, and it's like I needed something to kind of reignite the purpose. So I feel like reading those every morning, it kind of lets you know, like, all right, we up, this is what we're here to do. So no, I loved it, loved it. But that's what I'm saying, placebo dosing that daily, and then a bunch of other sweet things. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong, truly. Let's see. The only caveat is you have to put in the work too. Yeah, and that's, yeah. So that's the thing, another thing about woo-woo that I've seen people kind of try and really fail at, is that they think it's like writing a list of Santa Claus, like a wish list, like, oh, I want this, I deserve this, and then nothing, and then they do nothing. And then they wonder why nothing happening, because they're not actively filling that form. Like, they're not going towards it. Like, what's one for me? Oh, sorry, somebody here on their bike. That kind of scared me. Okay, never mind, they're on their way. What's one for me that an affirmation? One thing, I deserve beautiful things. So what does that mean for me? It means I'm working all the damn time. I'm actively pursuing someone who's after really good things, who's, you gotta fill the form. Like, if you have this home in mind, you have this job in mind, you have this title in mind, you have this persona in mind. That's another thing. Oh, I'll get to it in a second. Ooh, week 1. Yep, the tasks at the end. Has one of my favorite exercises that kind of kickstarted a lot of things for me, but I'll finish through real quick. So task for the week, each week it's like a set of like about 10 or so things that she wants you to do to kind of dig. First one's gonna be morning pages. You gonna write like a mother, and it's everything. If you're someone who keeps a lot of things up here, you need to get it out onto something right here. Truly the most beneficial blessing, I don't even know what to call it, most transformative thing I've added to my routine to date. And I fell off, and now I'm back because I need to get back on it. So I got a new notebook. Oh, it's not here, but it's stupid cute. This was my one from last year, and it was just not enough pages, because you're going to be writing 3 pages every morning. So get something real fly, get really in your brain. It's going to ask you to get a journal, something like that. Artist dates. Well, the first time I did this, I didn't take artist dates as seriously as I wanted to, and that's another thing. There's a wound for me there, that it's the program's gonna bring up a whole lot of like inner wounds or things that you thought you healed from, and it's like, it's good because you need it to see it, to address it, so you can get over it. And I didn't really do artist dates because that's kind of where my artist got deaded at, because I feel like as a child, I kind of, how did I word it? There wasn't enough. I'm going through. Hold on. Because that's what I'm saying. The program also helps you word this kind of stuff out too. So the best way I think I could put it is that my artists are supposed to have fun. Mine didn't really have fun. My artist was looking for perfection, output, monetization, and I'm not sure, you know, from a very, very, very young age, you know, and like you're doing that, and like you're outputting things and you're not feeling any real gratification from it if it's not receiving this maximum profit, reception, whatever. So I never learned to create from a place of fun, but that is what is going to propel me to everything that I want. I need to be having more fun. It's like, okay, I could build, but no, that's another thing, another woo-woo video I gotta get into. But like a lot of great, amazing artists, celebrities, I wouldn't say millionaires, like it is a lot. It's not just what you can do. You have to enjoy what you do, because a lot of people could do and they go home at the end of the day and there's something, it's something missing. And I've come to find out what that thing, and for me that's missing, is the passion for it, the joy for it. And it's like, then what's the point? So that's my bonus, I guess, elective or theme for my second go around, is that I need to have fun like a motherfucker in this. So I'm excited. I'm a little bit more established in like my identity in terms like that. So no, it's gonna be fine. So this time with artist dates, no, I need to be going on them, and I was going to go today, grab some stuff from the thrift, because I'm about to have a sew-a-thon this weekend. It's gonna be insane. And no, because there's just so many things. Like I taught myself how to sew from all this. Also learned how to work a sewing machine. That was fly. And I'm back again this year, and no, I'm sewing my ass off. So I had to pick up some supplies tomorrow, so that's going to be my artist date, and that's me actively filling that form. Me saying I'm a business owner, I am a designer, that is me actively filling this form, you know, and also having a good time with my artist child, because I have to have fun with it, you know, like teaching myself how to sew and having that patience. No. Like, it was needed, it was necessary, and I'm gonna have a good time this go around. And that leads into, lastly, my favoriteest exercise. She's gonna ask you, list 5 imaginary lives, not knowing that you're gonna turn these into real ass lives. Hold on, let me see if I got a light. Lucy, maybe I don't. Hold on, because that sunset real quick. Turn out the lights, I'm looking for her too. Anyways, she's gonna ask you to list 5 imaginary lives, and this could range from, she gives a whole, I love the book too. I really wish I would have met Julia Cameron, because the way she articulates things and the way she words things, like, she's so detailed. She doesn't give a fuck about proper, you know, like formatting or really strict standards. Like, she gonna say what she gotta say. Anywho, imaginary lives. So she's like, if you had 5 other lives to lead, what would you do in each of them? She said, I would be a pilot, a cowhand, a physicist, a psychic, a monk. You might be a scuba diver, a cop, a writer of a children's book, a football player, a belly dancer, a painter, a performance artist, a history teacher, a healer, a coach, a scientist, a doctor, a Peace Corps worker, a psychologist, a fisherman, a minister, an auto mechanic, a carpenter, a sculptor, a lawyer, a painter, a computer hacker, a soap opera star, a country star, Wait, a country singer, a rock and roll drummer. Whatever occurs to you, jot it down. Do not overthink this exercise. The point of these lives is to have fun in them. So, and then basically you go over, you pick one, and then you do it for the week. How crazy of an exercise that was for me last year. Oh, so fun. Oh, so fun. But when I picked them and I went back to kind of see like what I wrote, like, because if anybody who knows me, who has known me, ain't shit changed. I like to pursue a many of things, and things change. Whatever. You know, like if we got one really, really hard side detour real quick, if we only got one go at this life, hypothetically, whatever, why would you do just one thing? Anyways, so last year, and I started this about April, so I'm about like a month, whatever. It says the 5 alternatives of Ayana. So the first I have is the cowgirl. A lot of these, like, so she picked like actual like kind of like job, career-ish type of like occupations type. I was more after identity, persona, personality forms. So, I mean, the cowgirl was kind of me just being more sociable, like just real fun, you know, like the DJs, kind of the real sleek, sexy, seductive girl, you know, like where she at, she mysterious type, you know, cooking mama, big in the foodie community, the last airbender, you know, right, pushing herself to be the best, and then travel van lifer, which I'm just like, why the fuck? Left my card down, so I'm like, I'm not sure where that was coming from. So, you know, that one got tossed out. Moving forward to this year's list, it's actually really crazy the kind of turnaround, because now that I have filled these forms, right, I feel like I'm better equipped now to really step into the roles that I want to play, like, because I feel like it's also with the artist way, it is going to change your identity significantly, and it's going to have you step into forms that you're like, you always wanted to try on. You're like, I don't know if it's gonna go good. Try that shit on every day. I'm saying. So the only thing that I could cross across this list is food. Food's always been a part of me. So one of my imaginary lives for this run is I want to be the next Guy Fieri. I'm not sure what that's gonna look like. I already know there's like that one chick who, she's so funny. The chicken dates. She and she like goes on with celebrities. I want to kind of do what a mix of like Action Bronson's doing and Guy Fieri's doing. So I go and like I hype up local restaurants and things like that, and I give back to the community and things like that. But then I also eat like a mug and I have a good time because I really love some food. So and I'm traveling doing that. So that's one of my imaginary lives. Community organizer. I started a walk club and it's fly. I'm having a really good time, and like I really want it to be an ode to third spaces, because with this growing monetization culture and pricing out spaces and gentrification, making luxury tiers of what used to be common spaces of things, whatever. I want to bring community back. So I feel like what better portfolio experience for me than to create community. So I want to become a figure in some sort of way with that. And I think it would also be really banging considering where I'm from. And, you know, if I went, see, that's another thing. You're going to get rid of if. When I pull this off, you know, I'm going to be so stoked to report back on the growth. So, community organizer. 3, writer. I started the Artist Way and my Substack kind of hand in hand, and like around like the same time, and I'm almost at 500 subscribers, and I love it because it's really helped me develop my writing voice And at first when I started, that was my issue. That's why I didn't want to start, because I was like, I don't know how to talk online without sounding, because I always worked with a lot of like copywriting type of language. I've always worked like office slang, and it's like, I don't know, never exactly got to establish my personal voice. Now I'm online yapping like a mug, and it's a good time. So I want to keep that up, but then I also want to be able to provide free, accessible resources, affordable resources on how to better your mental, on how to better yourself, because that's another thing that's getting packaged and priced out. And that's another thing, y'all, they're going to start selling you information back to you. I'm letting you know that right now. Come see me. Well, not exactly the case. That's the thing. So it's such a shame too that that's kind of, whatever. So I'm gonna be the more sensible, here you have it, whatever writer, and because I really want you to grow. And I'm also getting into my next imaginary life with writing. If you do enjoy the work that I do, I am coming up with an entirely new title, which is my 4th imaginary life, and I'm a dream coach, y'all. I am a dream coach, and that's where the paid for me comes in, if you want to, But other than that, I'm pretty free 99. The initial consultation call is by donation, because I'm here just to act as a catalyst for you. I truly believe that for a lot of people, I'm here just to spark some inspiration in you, and for you to get started on the life that you want, or for you to realize like, oh, maybe this is what I don't want, and perfect, and with the dream coaching, if you need someone to kind of like buddy up with, and like someone to kind of check in, keep you accountable, whatever, like that's where I come in. So I'm really going to lean into that this year. And then with my 5th imaginary life, quote unquote imagine, like that's what I'm saying, like all of these are very real lives for me, and you're going to create your imaginary lives that are going to become very, very real people and personas for you. And with my 5th one is just to be, the best business owner that I could be, and actually really pull that thing off. I love a good, what was it? Who was it? I think it was Mark Zuckerberg, but I guess not a good example. But I love a whole like garage to riches type story. And I have the time, I have the grind, like, and I have the mind. Ooh, and you too will find that out about yourself too. It's all in the book. It's all in that damn. It's all because of her. No, like, to create anything that I want, and to pursue the life that I want, and to build the empire business that I want. And with So Tea Thrifted, I think it'd be so darling to, I don't think I've seen anything like it, where we don't have, like, especially out here in very rural, small town communities, you don't have a whole lot of arts, you don't have a lot of museums and things like that, but there's creatives. So I want to create a workshop / thrift shop / tea house where people can come, bring their wares, sew things, learn how to sew, teach other people how to sew, go thrift at my very affordable thrift, because that's another thing that's getting priced the fuck out, is people can't buy affordable outfits for their kids at the thrift, but it's the thrift, so it don't make no fucking sense. So I'm gonna be the affordable thrift, you're welcome. And it's gonna be cute, it's gonna be original, sourced out, like, it's gonna be stupid fun. And I think that's what these type of communities need, is that type of space to meet, because it's also gonna be like a tea house type of cafe, with like locally sourced. It's gonna be so beautiful. Yeah, I'm gonna be the community. I'm the community. Like how y'all the birthday, whatever the fuck. I'm a community, okay? And I'm gonna figure it out. And it's gonna be so fly. And, and I'm telling you, thank God for the Artist Way, because that's got me yapping on here for a cool 30 minutes with y'all. From sunrise to sunset. Darker than a mug. I gotta get home. So with that, Try it out. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna be back. So at the end of each exercise, you do like your check-ins, and she asks you like how many days did you do your morning pages this week, a whole bunch of other things. Before I would do this, I would listen to the chapters of the exercise on Sunday and be like, oh, I'm gonna bring in my restful day, and I'm gonna start the week all refreshed and reinvigorated. And then Monday would hit, and then I gotta go meal prep and like go to work. And then Tuesday would hit, and then I gotta go to work. And then it's like, man, I had all this pent up like creative let's get into it, to be met with the week. So I'm actually doing the exercises and all that on Thursday night, which is my last day of work. And then I get into the weekend and I'm having a good time. So it's Friday and it's a good time. So good. It's so dark. I gotta get home. Okay, but pick whichever day that works for you, and then you like work it through the week. So whichever your week one is, whatever. But yeah, week one has begun. Kudos to you if you really watched all of this. I'm excited for you. Let me know what you got going on, what you want to pursue, who you trying to be, what you want. Let me know all that you want. And that's a whole other exercise that I'm doing too. Some real was like, oh, Steve Harvey wrote 300 of his wants, and look, he's Steve Harvey. I'm like, I guess, fuck. So right now I'm like on 182 or some shit like that, but I'm gonna get all of them. It's gonna be so insane. Like, that's another thing as an artist, you're gonna realize the most insane ones are the most successful. The most audacious ones are the most successful. The most I'm going in, here I am type, they're the ones. So be that one, baby girl, baby boy, baby they, baby Buki, be the one, okay? And yeah, can't wait to see you. Me and Luz, oh, that's for Mother's Day. Anyways, if you follow me, it's gonna be so cute. It's gonna be okay. All right, see y'all late.